strange, isn't it, when you think about the commercial channel ITV over here? Suddenly they decide, of course, at the drop of a hat and for a rumoured £5,000 to £15,000 to sit down once again and form an interview with Thomas Markle, the estranged father of Meghan Markle and never seen, of course, son-in-law Prince Harry. Strange, isn't it, when you think about it in that respect? But of course, ratings are dire right now at Good Morning Britain. And as we now know, Thomas Markle is very keen as ever to reaffirm his story. So why did he decide once again to hit the airwaves? Well, it's quite simple, in fact, because as we saw recently, Meghan Markle rocked up to the Invictus Games, basically spewing out a speech about how family is important, and more importantly, what family means to people, etc. Now, as we also know, Thomas Markle himself has gone through some terrible medical issues and looks to be slightly more on the mend. I'm sure we all wish him well on a personal level. But of course, Good Morning Britain, as I say, truly needs those ratings. But why did he decide to come out now once again and reaffirm this? Well, as I say, it's quite simple. He was very, very put out by two things, and it's only now that his speech has returned to a more credible form for himself that he wanted to align and reaffirm back exactly his thoughts and, of course, the reasons why he is speaking out. You see, if you remember in that docu-series with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, he claims, yes, absolutely, that basically it was his fault why Meghan Markle decided now to have lost her father. He states, quote, "She lost her father mainly thanks to me." No, she chose to ignore him. And let's also not forget that Meghan herself wrote that letter to her father on the proviso that she felt it could pull at heartstrings if it got leaked to the media. So this is no unsavvy person that was trying to reach out to her father. It was literally a very clever play. Now back to Mr. Markle. Has this been a success? Have we heard anything? This truly is the most damaging ongoing problem for Meghan Markle, particularly over here in the United Kingdom. We don't like the fact that you suddenly cut off the father that has done so much for you, paid for you through college, and seemingly you liked, adored until you moved into, say, higher echelons of high society. Perhaps he didn't fit the particular remit. Either way, this doesn't play out well. But as we know with alleged narcissists, Meghan Markle won't see that, as she spoke at the Invictus Games about the importance of family and wishing to bring her two children in the fullness of time to witness the splendid Invictus Games. Well, in the fullness of time, she may do. But apparently, she has no plans, no matter what pressure Thomas Markle puts on her, or indeed her team around her, to go and make up and indeed introduce her husband, who he's never met apart from a brief phone call, or indeed her two children. Imagine that. He's never seen his grandchildren, only on documentaries. Now, you can deride Thomas all you want, but really he's a man at 79 years old that possibly has had some terrible medical issues, and it takes a heart of steel to turn your back on someone like that, even if she did it privately on the proviso that it was leaked out and basically they'd reconciled. People would view her differently. Clearly, hard-hearted Meghan has no intention of doing that. And I actually feel a little bit sorry for Thomas Markle, because whatever you think, whether he's taking the money to reveal all or not, the bottom line is Meghan cut him off. It was nothing to do with Prince Harry at all. It was her choice. And it's her choice if it's not too late to reinstate herself back in his life in some form. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.